So, Orc and Goblin turn 2. The Spider Riders finally decide to join the battle. My trolls aren't stupid, and the right flank moves up, getting ready to push and charge here. I'm basically trying to rush the Goblins forward to force the issue and then be able to slam in. I'm more than happy to flee away with my Spider Riders up front if her cavalry tries to charge them, which will get them stuck in the woods where my giant can see them. My Shaman, not certain that there won't be a charge of some sort, leaves the trolls and joins the Boar Boys. Another shot more towards the center. If you see that unit of Orcs is down to only 2 ranks, they really got pummeled. You'll also see they didn't move. They were who squabbled this time, which of course the Black Orcs were bucked up right behind them. One of the 2 Goblin units actually got a will show 'em result and moved forward an inch, which just failed to release his fanatics. I didn't want a lot more shooting at some of my big units, so I threw some fast cav up there, basically kind of saying, redirect your shooting at my cheap little fast cav unit, or they will charge one of the archer lines. Stuff on the left continued to move up. This is a shot from behind my area. The Orcs moved up and spread out with the lake in front of them, getting ready to do an archer duel. And I believe the Goblins, the Night Goblins, which are the blurry blur on the left of the lake there, also squabbled and so didn't go forward. And the chariots are moving up a little. You will see behind their unit up on the far left, top left, that is my other unit of Wolf Riders. They were able to get all the way up there. Pretty much again trying to say deal with them or I'll get to charge across your archery line. Now with the hills and how tough they are, I don't know that fast cav will destroy all of those war machines, but they can tie some of them up, and they would, I'm guessing I would beat 1 or 2 crews before I take too many losses and I just have a bad roll and run away. But mostly it's trying to make them deal with them. I actually do get 1 spell off with total power. It is the Fist of Gork, and it goes into the Spear Elves. This is the one that does 1 attack against each member of the unit, and I ended up blasting away 9 elves. It was really surprising. Shooting, I kill off 1 of the Dragon Princes with long range bolt fire, but that's about all that happens there. Oh, and sorry, I also shot, my archers took shots at the Phoenix Guard, and we lost we managed to kill off 1 of the Phoenix Guard. She deployed only 10 of them, which kind of surprised me. Usually she takes a few more. And we forgot about their ward saves for most of the game, so they died more quickly than they should have. Okay, and here you can see how badly hurt. You can kind of see how badly hurt that Elven Spear unit was. And I'm also showing you all of the movement from the main battle line of the Dwarves and Elves, which is to say, once again, there wasn't any. Her Dragon Princess had a couple possible charges, but they all were long charges that would result in exposing flanks and basically set up charges, and she just didn't take the bait. Those miners I forgot about show up at this point, and he puts them right behind the Black Orcs that are all stuffed up by the other Orcs, and that was perfect placement for him. That was a great spot. They come marching on, and about the only good thing for me from that was that he had to be really careful with his cannon shot, and I don't remember that his cannons killed. However, the other shooting, the cannon was about the only thing that missed. The dwarf and 1 of the elf bolt throwers took out that chariot there. The thunderers shot 3 of the wolves. The other elven bolt thrower and the archers pounded on the night goblins. The dwarf lord was able to throw an axe and missed. And The cannon may have killed one. It may have landed on one orc and killed him in that back area, but you can see the 2 panic tests I rolled there for my units after getting shot, and they decided they didn't like it all that much. So they decided to leave. So they didn't run very far, though. The 2 goblins are now running back at my night goblin unit. This night goblin unit is running away, and it hasn't released its 3 fanatics yet, so that's not particularly good. So here is a shot after the first 2 turns, kind of an overview of the table. So the beginning of Orc and Goblin turn 3. We still have the Dwarf and Elf battle line, which has basically been sitting there. We have all of our stuff starting to move forward. In between the 2 tape measures on the far back, I actually think those are the things that just got killed in the shooting phase, and I just haven't taken them off the table. There shouldn't be a unit there, so I'm guessing that we took this picture and then removed the rest of the dead from the table. You'll occasionally see elves on the near corner of this table, lower right. That's where my wife was setting her dead, so didn't clean up quite as well as we could have. But so I have some goblin units in the middle getting ready to try to press the right flank. My right, their left. I'm really surprised that nobody has charged yet, but all the charges I gave them were clear bait and fleas, and there just wasn't really a point for the most part for them. They did not shoot at my wolf riders. They decided that they would rely on the toughness of the crews and the unbelievably bad skills of the goblins, and hope to just kind of survive that run. A gamble, but they did just a ton of damage in the middle, and I couldn't kill both crews probably that quickly, so maybe not a horrid gamble. So I start moving up to release the fanatics, and this close-up is supposed to show the 3 fanatics popping out of that night goblin unit that ran away. One of them went through his thunderers and killed a bunch, who once again didn't run. The other 2 kind of ended up in front of some of their units. Again, really trying to force the issue, I start to bring the trolls up. I figure that with their regeneration and with the general right behind them, they're the ones most likely to be able to take the Dragon Prince charge. And each one that survives is going to do the automatic vomit with no armor save, figuring I'll kill off 1 or 2, and anything that survives and punches through won't be that deadly anymore. And the spiders over here are to slam into the flank of something if I need to, or force her to deal with them again. You can see that my orc unit that's so badly hurt moved up, mostly to get that battle standard up to support where I thought the combats were going to start. The goblin unit moved up after releasing fanatics. The spiders that were in the middle moved over to threaten where the wolf riders just got shot. And I turned the black orc unit around in the background to face off against his miners. This is a better shot of the center. The 2 fast cav kept running, and they're gone. The night goblin unit that was there moved up. The other night goblin unit that was in the middle rallied and is turned back around. And wow, this was probably about the blurriest of all the photos. It's intending to show down here in the bottom that my fast cav did charge his bolt thrower. Again, other things just kind of move forward, and once again there's yet another squabble by the night goblin archer that's on, from this picture's perspective, the right hand side of the link, my far left flank. So once again they stand there and do very little. I actually declared a charge with my chariot into her Phoenix Guard and was just out of range. I actually thought I was in range for that and just missed it. Because they didn't come up into charge me, my spider riders there took a shot with their little bows at the Dragon Princes, and imagine my surprise when we actually get a wound through the armor, and the Dragon Prince unit that started off with 5 princes plus a lord is now down to 4 total figures, and not quite as scary as it once was. This shot is trying to show that the orc archers killed 1 elven archer. So the goblins come charging up, kill 2 of the 3 dwarven bolt thrower crew, and dwarves are stubborn guarding their machines, so Even though none were killed back and I won the combat, we're locked up, which is what they hope to happen. And now I've got 2 goblins fighting a dwarf. This may not end well. We'll see.